A couple of weeks ago, people were talking about the top 10 being separated by a point, and I think we're starting to see a top 3 now, certainly, and even potentially a top 6.
Yeah, well, let's start off with that Man United game, because that was on Sunday. Manchester United losing by 2-1. It was I described it afterwards as Morgan Rodgers 2, Man United 1, because it was the Morgan Rodgers show, really. I mean, I thought that United dominated the game despite all the injuries, despite the fact that Bruno went off with what looked like some sort of muscle injury, which is very concerning for Manchester United. United played as well as I've seen them play for quite a while. Moved the ball well, looked much better with that sort of 3 in the middle. Played well, played very well, but somehow lost the game. And really, Morgan Rodgers with 2 outstanding goals. Lenny Yoro giving him way too much space on both of them. But it was literally the Rodgers show.
Yeah, I mean, look, I think it's interesting. It's a bit like Monday night with Bournemouth, where everyone said what a great game it was. From a United point of view, it's a draw against Bournemouth at home when we need to win. And I think yesterday, even some United fans on our match reaction were like, "Oh, stop being so negative." And it's like, our win percentage this year is 41%. Like we're not doing as well as we could do. We're not in Europe, and although I take on board that we did quite well yesterday, we still lost the game. We are Manchester United, and I know I get bored of saying that, but like, we knew the AFCON was coming. So the 3 players that are out, I don't really count that. And Bruno getting injured. Well, look at Arsenal. Look at how many injuries you've had. I mean, it's almost like some United fans are taking it as, well, we played well and we had a lot of problems. And I'm like, well, a lot of those problems are because we haven't built the squad properly. And also, life's not fair. You can't walk out of that and go, Merry Christmas, we played well. We've lost to Villa. And Villa always play bad against us. We're their bogey team. Everyone's got a bogey team. And I thought Villa didn't play very well. And when you look at it, apart from the Cunha header, where was the big chance that we missed to win the game? I think the most we were going to get was a draw where we go, well, we played well. So I think we're sort of past that stage now of going, well, we played well but lost. I think we've lost a lot of games this season. We've dropped a lot of points, and I think Newcastle on Boxing Day is absolutely huge now, because I was impressed with them against Chelsea. And if they come to Old Trafford and beat us, I just don't know what United's vision is, really. I know people say, oh, we played well, but, you're still 10 minutes to go and Delo's coming across the other side of the pitch to chuck a long throw-in in. It's very, very confused by what United are all about at the moment. But look, I can't say we didn't play well, but, Villa won the game. I'd rather be Villa than Man United. Let's put it that way.
And if you're Lenny Yoro, and you sort of stood off of Morgan Rodgers in the first half, and he scored that brilliant goal, you don't do it again, do you? You get tight to the guy. It's a bit of a schoolboy defending there. Although Morgan Rodgers, 2 great goals. I was reading where Aston Villa at the moment, they're like outperforming their XG by miles. They're just like, it's a lot of games where there's a lot of brilliant, strike. I think they've scored more goals from outside the box than any other team in Europe this season. Do you think they can maintain that, or do you think that they just have so much quality that they can? Because they do have a lot of quality in midfield, up front, attacking wise. Whether it be Morgan Rodgers, Buendia, John McGinn, Tielemans, the midfield is very strong.
I mean, I got in trouble with some Villa fans after the game because I was saying, that's potentially Champions League football gone for Man United, because I don't think Villa will finish in the top 4. So 5th, and we're 10 points behind them. Can you close a 10-point gap at Christmas? It's a lot for United to do. I don't think Villa will be in the top 5, unless that's just Villa and their United voodoo of like not playing well, because they never play well against Man United. Their fans will tell you that. But I watched them yesterday, and I thought, I found them quite easy to play against, because they play out from the back, which means you just know to press every time. They don't go long, and they get into trouble doing that. That's how we scored. I mean, at the end of the day, our goal was a mistake, wasn't it? When you think about it, I'd forgotten. So I don't think Villa will get top title race. I don't think they will. I don't think they're in a title race. And I think their fans would admit that. I think if they can get top 4, they'd be over the moon with that, because they just didn't really they didn't really cause much of a threat yesterday. And how many times can you rely on those, shots from outside the box? And Morgan Rogers was brilliant, absolutely brilliant.
Yeah, he's quality. He's really stamping his authority to get that starting spot for England come the end of the season in the World Cup.
I think Konza's good as well. I think Konza's good. I think Konza had a good
game.
game.
Konza had a good game as well. No, it was a great win for them. I don't know. I do think they'll get top four. Not sure if they'll be able to maintain it all season for a title race, but I definitely think they're good enough for top four. But an excellent result for Aston Villa.